guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Hidden Treasure if you're new, and I've got a story for you. You know how I like to do it. I like to keep it short and sweet, simple and straight to the point. So let's get right into it, but before we do, if you're new, subscribe to my channel. Be sure to hit that like button and turn your post notifications on so that you're made aware each and every time I upload a video. Well, it all started off with Tisha cooking breakfast for the family and also having a conversation with Marsaw about the girls' day trip. She also told him about the conversation she had with Mel and the excuse that Mel used for being distant. And, you know, Tisha lied in that little scene. She said that Melody said the reason why she was so distant was because of Mel trying to brand her company. But that wasn't so. Actually, Melody said, I was distant because of everything that I was going through. Marceau said, well, she was extending an olive leaf branch to you and you just threw it away. Instead of solving the problem, you created one. So with you calling her out is saying that that is BS. You just dismissed everything that she was trying to do. So yeah. So she said, well, Marceau, do you think I owe her an apology? Marceau said, I think you owe her a listening ear. You guys need to talk and you need to listen. Well, moving right along, Kim decided to go over to Mel after the girls' day trip and just have a little chit chat with her to see how she's doing, because you know that Mel left that girls' day trip. She was like, forget it. It's not working. I'm not about to deal with this. I'm going to keep my peace and serenity. Now, you know, when Kim had tried to work things out, quote unquote, with Melody and Tisha, I think Kim was being a little messy with bringing her to the embrace, if you guys remember that, because Tisha wasn't invited and it was the wrong place to do it. But however, moving right along, they decided to have tea. That was the first time Kim had been to Melody's new house, and she was like, oh, it's nice. Melody took her straight out to the backyard and they sat out there for a while, drank some tea. And so she began to tell her about everything that was going on with her and Martell. And she was like, you know, yeah, Melody told her about the baby, well, the son to be born. That is Martell's with the mistress. And so she said, you still think he's a good guy? Because Kim said, well, I still think he's a good guy. She said, you still think he's a good guy? So, well, let's go in because, you know, I need some more tea. Kim said, I need a little bit more than that with all of that news and that tea. You got something stronger? Moving right along. What is it with the Scotts brothers? Are they becoming counselors now? Well, Martell decided to go and see Maurice at his office. And they began to talk. And, you know, Martell said, I consider you like a brother, man. And, you know, I just wanted to sit down and talk a little bit. So they were talking, and Maurice began to ask him, well, how are you feeling, Martell, dealing with everything, dealing with the divorce that's coming up? Is that something that you really want? Martell was like, no, I don't want a divorce. But it's going to happen because of everything that is going on in my life and in our life. I don't see any way out. He said, well, from what I hear you say, and I'm looking at you and you just light up when you talk about Mel and your family. And Martell was like, yeah, because I like the family setting. I love my family. I love my children. I still even love Mel. And then Maurice was like, then fight for it. Fight until the very end. Fight till you can't fight anymore. But now, mind you, now is it just me? Or do you guys see this? Have you seen Maurice and Kim in the house together? Have you seen them just one-on-one? Seen together? I haven't seen that, guys. I think there's trouble in paradise with Kim and Maurice, and that's going to be soon to come. Now, mind you, you better know that I told you first. You see, I got tongue tied talking about Maurice and Kim, stumbling over my words. But moving right along, we're going to the Black Cigar Lounge where Marsau Tisha was meeting with a chef. They were going to taste the food that they was having for their soft opening. So they had picked out a chef, and Marsau was going over what he was bringing. This chef, he did chicken quesadillas, and Marsau said, I think we need a little bit more upscale. We're still going to use you, but we're going to help you out a little bit. So moving right along, he brought in a chef that makes some hors d'oeuvres and showed him what it looks like and what he's really looking for, and this is what he need him to upscale to. He also began to tell Tisha about hiring a general manager and that he was thinking about hiring Jalen, and that was his decision that he had came upon, making, because he's someone that he can trust. He's in the family, that's his nephew, and he wouldn't have to worry. Well, Tisha had someone in mind too, and she felt really left out. You know how she gets about that. He didn't consider her in the decision making. So Marsau invited Jalen over for an interview, and it was asking him some questions. What's your weakness? What's your strength? Where do you see yourself as the GM? He's like, look, you are throwing me off. I don't know. You're asking me some hard questions here. And so at the end of the day, he was like, at the end of the interview, he's like, I gotta go. Marsau was looking like, what? Like, yeah, I got somewhere to be, man. I'm out. So moving right along, Marsau decided to go visit Melody. He wanted to see how she was doing and, invite her to the soft opening of the Black Cigar Lounge. And he also wanted to talk to her about the girls' day trip and that he had talked to Tisha about everything. So he was fully aware. He said that he understood where she was coming from, and he told Tisha, you got to be more open and willing to listen, and that he wanted her to come to the opening of the Black Cigar Lounge, but he wanted to also let her know that he invited Martell as well. He and Martell are not the closest as they used to be, but he wanted her to know. He also said, I want everybody to feel comfortable, and maybe you guys can talk then. He also made a jokingly remark talking about, Mel, close your top, button up your top a little bit. I am a married man. Marsau, what is wrong here? She's looking at him like, you the one rolled up over here to my place of business. I didn't come to your place of business, because she was changing the logo of Holt and Holt to MHS, which is Melody Holt in her middle initial. And he was saying, well, I'm wishing you good luck and everything. She's like, well, it's all good. It's happening. We're moving right along. My business is going to be successful. Then moving right along to the Fletchers. Now, Mr. Fletcher is the one that was going to do the 47 acres with Martell. So Miss Fletcher invited Melody over, all these M's, and just to come and sit, but it was actually an intervention. So she did let Mel know, I'm glad you came over, but I need to tell you something. Martell is here, and we're doing like a little intervention. So Martell comes out, and he comments on Mel's outfit, talking about, wow, you look nice, but you look like you're going to a concert. Really, Martell? So you're throwing shade, but you want to try to make this work? So the Fletchers began to tell them their story. Well, Mr. Fletcher stepped out on their marriage, and he explained that he's been there and she's been there too. They were separated for almost 2 years. The wife also said to Martell, you made her look foolish and stupid in front of others. And, that's hard for a woman out here. And Martell's like, yeah, I get that. I understand. But then Mr. Fletcher said, I'm going to open the floor. I'm going to let you talk, Martell. Tell your point. I'm going to let Melody tell her. So Martell began to talk. Melody intently listened without interrupting. But then he goes on and on about her mothering and how she was so busy working and trying to brand her company and brand herself. And she still continued to listen. But then he started saying about, but you know, the reason why I stepped out is because she's pleasing me, and you mad because she's pleasing me. Melody wasn't having it. She got up and threw that glass at him, popped him, and they had to literally get up. That glass broke, shattered with everywhere. They had to stop her. Mr. Fletcher had to get up. Even the producers had to come on scene to stop everything that's going on, to talk to them. Mr. Fletcher walked Martell out to his truck. They said it's best that he leave. You know, because he was throwing shade. How dare you bring up the other woman, the problem that you're having anyway, the reason that you're getting a divorce. So Mel decided, you know, they came back and sat down. She said, I'm going to help you clean up. I apologize. I'm sorry, but that's a trigger for me. And then when you push me to the edge, and then, you know, this is what happens. And so Miss Fletcher said, I understand. And she looked at her husband and said, I was expecting you to tell him to be quiet. But see, Mr. Fletcher is about this business. He's trying to get that 47 acres and this construction going. That's his point of view. So he wasn't trying to mess that up either. And then plus the bro code. But this was an exciting show tonight. Now, next week is going to be also, because after that fight, Ariane calls and they talk on the phone. That's a dirty move, Martell. Because he knows that Melody does not want her nowhere on the set, on the phone, on the show, period. So he did that because that happened right after the fight. I can't wait until the next episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to hit that like button, comment below, tell me your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!